Hey there, it's Lauren from rustichoney.com, and I'm back today to share with you guys Halloween decorate with me around the farmhouse. October is in the air, and we are so excited for the season. How about you? Come decorate with us today. All right, let's get everything out and get a little decorating done for Halloween. I have been so excited to break out all of the tubs and totes of spider webs and creepy cloth for a while now. And it's funny because on this particular day when I'm filming this, I actually didn't feel the energy to decorate right away. I don't know if you get that way, but sometimes in adulthood, we have to just schedule these things in because our lives are so busy, it seems. So on this particular day, I knew I wanted to decorate for Halloween, but I wasn't feeling it right away. So what I did was turn on my Halloween playlist, which gets me so excited. We had a beautiful October day, and my mom had brought over candy corn and peanuts mixed together. Do you love or hate candy corn? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, I had to light the pumpkin spice candle. So once I started getting out the creepy cloth and the spiders, I felt a little bit more inspired to just let Halloween throw up all over the farmhouse. I get so excited about the season. I love the eerie lights and the cooler weather. And I think it's especially fun having little kids in the house because they get really excited to see the house all decked out for Halloween too. So that is always motivating for me. Let me know in the comments below what motivates you, or if you were feeling in the mood to decorate for Halloween this year. So I got out all of the totes with all of our old Halloween decorations, a lot of which my mom had handed down to me. So some of these are from my childhood. And apparently I'm a Halloween decoration hoarder because I have things that were wrapped in these Walmart sacks. If you're old enough to remember these Walmart sacks, I mean, leave me a comment below. I thought this was so funny that I still had some breakable things wrapped up in those. So I just kind of get everything out and lay it on my dining room table. It makes a mess, but good comes from the chaos eventually. That's how my creative brain works. And that is what I do. I just get it all out, lay it out, and then I can sort out what I want to go room by room and create the moments throughout my home that I'm looking for. Oh, and if you watched the fall decorate video with me, this is how my decor actually turns out when my kids get a hold of it. So if this happens in your house too, it's okay. It's the beautiful season that we're in. I happened to see this idea, I think on Pinterest, and I thought it was genius to take a cauldron and put a diffuser inside of it. And so the one I have, actually, I'll link it below. I found it on Amazon and it wasn't very expensive, but I've had it for a long time. But you could even just do water if you're not into essential oils and turn on the light. My kids thought it was so cool, especially at night. It glows and then throws out that eerie fog. So cool. I love those little hacks when you find something that's so simple but creates such an ambiance for Halloween. All right, if you've hung out around our farmhouse for any time here at all on YouTube, you know that I always decorate my open shelving in the kitchen. And honestly, I usually do it first. It's one of the first things you see when you come into our home, and it's obviously a place that I spend a lot of time. So I want to enjoy the decor around the house, and this is just where I happen to start. So I played around with these shelves probably longer than anyone should play around with their decor, but I was just finally enjoying it. I didn't really honestly have the energy to start decorating, but it's something about, for me anyway, there's something about the creative process that eventually gives me energy, and I just have to turn on some music and get into the groove. And yes, my kids were under my feet and I had to stop every 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure I just dodged a Nerf bullet there. I'm not really sure what happened. If you listen to the actual audio of this, you'll hear lots of little voices in the background, and that's just how it is, and I love it. But it's still the whole process just gives me energy, and I love doing this for our home and our family. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that my encouragement to you is that if at first you're not feeling like decorating, but you love the outcome and the process once you get going, then just make yourself get going. I know that's easier said than done, believe me. But I was so happy once this was done and the lights were on in the evening. So we actually took a break in the middle of decorating this afternoon and went to the corn maze for a few hours with some friends. And that was really exciting to get out and enjoy the sunshine and the cooler October breeze. So it was nice to take a break and come back to this. But again, so rewarding in the end once it all came together. So I wanted to dress up the light fixture in the middle of the kitchen as well, and you'll notice we're missing a light bulb. Funny story about the light. This was great motivation to finally fix the light fixture. I can't tell you how many months it's been broken. We had an incident with some sort of dodgeball in our house, and it broke off a light bulb in there, and then it used to have like sconces around the light too. But luckily, it looks really cute without them because they're broken as well. Anyway, you know how you have these things around your house that are broken, or maybe you don't. Maybe it's just our family, but you have things that are broken and you're like, oh, shucks. And then you never actually fix it and months go by. And then you're like, I need to make a YouTube video and this looks really janky. I don't know. This is not YouTube acceptable anymore. So it's really motivating around our home. Start a YouTube channel and do some decorating, and you'll really pinpoint the things in your house that have been broken for months, let me tell you. But you know how it is. It either takes a picture or hosting a party at your house to pinpoint all of these things that need to be fixed. But we did get it fixed. My husband was able to take the light bulb apart, and luckily he's very handy in that way. I added some spider webs and these glittery spiders that I think I originally got at Walmart to this fixture, and I thought it turned out nice and eerie for the kitchen. Overall, our kitchen is kind of witchy with all of the bottles and then the skeleton reading the witchcraft book. Apparently something went wrong. I love the vibes of this in our kitchen, and let's move into the dining room next with more skeletons. I don't know what my deal is. I really wanted to do a lot of skeletons this year, and I actually had used this free printable a few years ago. I'll try to throw a picture up here, but I didn't want to completely undo what I had just done a few weeks ago for fall on our mantle, so I decided I would just change it up a little bit and add those eerie things on top of the sign here on the mantle. And I love to do that in like layers throughout the season. So in the fall, the beginning of fall, I'll decorate with those earth tones and more of those dried florals, and then I'll add in the spooky layers on top. And so that when November 1st comes around, then all I have to do is take down the spooky things again, and I'm pretty much already decorated for Thanksgiving. So in a way, it's like lazy decorating. I don't have to completely take it all down and start all over for every season, but throughout this whole fall time period, I feel like I'm ready to go and decorate it. So I used the same method in the living room as far as layers. I already had some candles and vases and stuff on the end tables, so all I had to do was go back in and add the spider webs and the spiders to the corners. Speaking of spider webs and corners, this is probably my favorite time of year because it's the one time of year I feel like I don't really need to clean the house as much. Like deep cleaning doesn't really matter. If there's a spider web in the corner, we're just going to leave it and call it festive. Like, is anyone with me on that one? It's the one time of year it's acceptable to not deep clean the house, I think. Now that I have decorated the main parts of the house that I was wanting to really dress up, I used kind of my leftovers, if you will, to make some centerpieces and to just create some moments in other parts of the home. So what I did here was just decorate a big toolbox on the middle of my dining room table with some fall florals and creepy cloth that I had left over, candles, this little spider, thought he was so cute, and some of my wooden pieces that I just don't really have a home for in other places. And then this was something that I upcycled for our wedding a good 10 years ago, but I don't know why I think it looks so nice for Halloween. It's just something about that like gothic vibe that it puts off that I feel like works really well for this season. So I dressed it up a little bit for our entryway into the kitchen from the mudroom and added some fall leaves to this one. And last but not least, I took some of the extras from my childhood and put them in our cozy little nook in the kitchen. This is where the kids generally play games in the evening, or I hang up their homework here. So I thought this was fun. These little pumpkins are adorable. They're like literally vintage at this point. because I'm getting to be that old now. But I thought they were really cute. I hang up my kids' artwork here, so I kept their creepiest artwork for this section, and then I hung the pumpkins in between to add to the nook. And here you will find our birthday boy, who just turned 8 at the beginning of October, playing with his new toys and eating his ice cream and cake this weekend. Good, Reese?
Yeah.
We had such a good time this past weekend, celebrating birthdays and decorating for Halloween and just getting into the October spirit. I'm glad you stopped by today to decorate with me. Let me know in the comments below what part was your favorite. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so we can hang out again soon. I'll be back soon. I'm thinking with a full farmhouse tour at Halloween time, maybe some fall front porch inspiration. That is on the docket for the next video I'll be creating. So definitely subscribe and stick around, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye guys.